I still remember the way my heart felt like it was floating the morning of my wedding. The soft sunlight filtering through the curtains, the scent of fresh roses filling the room, and my beautiful white gown hanging like a dream on the door. I was about to marry the man I thought was my forever. Alex came from a wealthy, well-connected family, and I came from a simple, loving home. My parents had sacrificed everything for me, late nights, working extra shifts, skipping their own dreams just so I could have a better life. On my wedding day, all I wanted was for them to feel proud, to sit at the front where they belonged, surrounded by love and respect. But what I didn't know that day was that my fairy tale was already cracking behind the scenes. The ceremony was magical. I walked down the aisle with tears in my eyes as Alex smiled at me. Everyone clapped, the music swelled, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. We said our vows, kissed, and became husband and wife. The guests cheered, and I believed this was the beginning of a beautiful life together. Then we moved to the reception hall. That's when the first strange feeling hit me. The head table looked different, crowded. I scanned the room quickly, my smile still frozen on my face, searching for my parents. They weren't at the head table, not even close. My heart started to race. I excused myself from Alex and began looking around. Finally, I spotted them, standing awkwardly near the side wall, close to the kitchen doors, almost hidden behind a large floral arrangement. My mom was clutching her small handbag, trying to look composed. My dad stood tall but quiet, his shoulders slightly slumped. They had no seats, no place cards, nothing. Meanwhile, at the head table, 9 members of Alex's family were comfortably seated, his parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, laughing loudly, taking up every chair that was supposed to be for my side too. The table that we had carefully planned together now belonged entirely to them. I felt a wave of confusion wash over me. This couldn't be right. I had personally confirmed the seating with the planner just 2 days ago. My parents were supposed to be right beside us. The DJ announced it was time for the couple's speech. Alex stood up first, giving a short, charming thank you to his family for making the day so special. The crowd clapped loudly for them. Then it was my turn. I took the microphone, my hands trembling slightly, but my voice came out steady and clear. The entire hall went quiet. 200 guests watched me. I started softly. Today I married the man I love, and I want to thank everyone who came to celebrate with us. Then I paused and looked directly at the head table. But there's something I need to say. My parents raised me with more love than anyone could ever ask for. They sacrificed for every smile I have, every dream I chased. Today, they were left standing on the side, while others took their place. That hurt me more than words can describe. Gasps rippled through the room. Alex's face went pale. His mother shifted uncomfortably in her seat. I continued, my voice growing stronger. This is my wedding day too, and my parents deserve to be honored, not hidden. So right now, I'm asking my husband's family to please make space at this table for the 2 people who brought me into this world. Silence. Heavy, uncomfortable silence. Alex whispered my name urgently, trying to stop me, but I gently pulled away. One by one, a few of his relatives stood up and moved. Chairs were rearranged. My mom and dad were finally guided to the head table, right beside me. My dad's eyes glistened as he sat down. My mom reached over and held my hand tightly under the table. I looked out at the guests and said with quiet power, "Family isn't about money or status. It's about respect and love. Today, I choose both." The applause that followed wasn't polite, it was real. Many guests stood up. Some wiped tears. Alex sat there stunned, realizing in that moment that his silence had spoken louder than any words. Later that evening, the energy in the room had completely changed. His family was quieter. The spotlight finally felt balanced. And for the first time all night, my parents looked truly happy and seen. In the weeks that followed, things were tense with Alex. He apologized, but the cracks were there. I made it clear that I would never again allow anyone to diminish my parents, or me. We went to counseling, and slowly boundaries were set. Looking back now, I realize that day didn't destroy my marriage, but it saved my self-respect. Sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't loud or cruel. It's simply refusing to stay silent when the people you love are being erased. My parents taught me strength through love, and on my wedding day, I finally showed them that their lessons had stayed with me. If you're watching this and you've ever felt pushed aside by someone else's family, remember this: your voice matters. Your roots matter. Never be afraid to speak up for the love that truly built you. Because at the end of the day, a beautiful wedding means nothing if it comes at the cost of your dignity. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear they are enough. I walked over to my parents, forcing a smile so the guests wouldn't notice anything wrong. "Mom, Dad, why are you standing here? Come with me." My mom gently squeezed my hand and whispered, "It's okay, sweetheart. We don't want to cause a scene on your special day." But I could see the hurt in her eyes, the same eyes that had stayed up with me through every heartbreak and every exam. My dad just nodded quietly, the way he always did when he was trying to protect me from pain. That quiet strength broke me even more. I turned and found Alex talking with his mother. When I pulled him aside and asked what was going on, he looked uncomfortable. "Babe, my family is large. They insisted on sitting together. Your parents are fine where they are. It's just one night." Just one night? The words felt like a slap. These were the people who raised me, who taught me love, kindness, and hard work. And now, on the most important day of my life, they were being pushed aside like they didn't matter. As the evening went on, it got worse. Alex's family dominated the microphone for toasts. His mother gave a long speech about welcoming me into a real family, with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. They changed the playlist without asking. They even redirected the photographer so most of the big group photos only featured their side. I felt invisible in my own wedding. My chest tightened with every passing minute. I kept glancing at my parents standing there, politely smiling through the humiliation, and something inside me started to shift. The pain was deep, a shattering kind of betrayal. I had spent months planning this day with Alex, compromising on so many things because I loved him and wanted peace with his family. I had ignored the small red flags, how they always made subtle comments about my humble background, how they questioned whether my parents could fit in with their social circle. But I never imagined they would go this far. Tears burned behind my eyes, but I refused to let them fall in front of everyone. Instead, a quiet fire began to build in my heart, the kind of strength that comes when you realize you've been quietly erasing your own worth to keep someone else comfortable. I looked at my mom and dad again, two people who had given me everything without ever asking for anything in return. And in that moment, standing in my expensive wedding dress surrounded by flowers and lights, I felt completely broken, but also completely awake.